All right, what is up, everyone? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the PreStream podcast. I am Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to a full day of fun gameplay streaming. It's going to be a great day, guys, with great stuff on each stream that I'm very much looking forward to. Definitely more chill day. I don't think today will be as stressful as yesterday was. As yesterday, we were doing Resident Evil at night. Holy shit. That was a stressful late night stream I wasn't expecting. Damn, that was challenging. That hedge maze is a major pain in the ass, right? Anyway, what's up, everyone? It's Monday, January 3rd, 2022, and that means that, sadly, the winter break is over for pretty much everybody. Everyone's going back to school and or work as of today. So not surprisingly, I would actually consider that maybe today I'll have a little bit less attendance on stream, simply because everyone has to go back to school and work today. Maybe not. I guess it really depends, but I guess we'll see what happens today on my stream because of that. The big melt has happened here in Washington. We were frigid temperatures for a week, completely under freezing temperatures, and everything was ice and snow outside. And we had, finally, for the first time in a week, rain all last night, overnight, and above freezing temperatures, and most of the snow outside has washed away. There's a little bit of ice and slush left, but for the most part, it's almost all gone. And so we're basically kind of back to normal. It's kind of interesting that we had like that holiday 2 weeks of cold and everything, and now it's kind of like, oh, it's over. 2022 is here. Get this shit out of here. Whoop! Nature pulled out the fire hose and get out of, blast that shit out of here, right? So, welcome everyone to the streams. On today's PreStream podcast, I got some interesting stuff to talk about, including, ladies and gentlemen, today I actually have a major announcement regarding myself and the future of my content, because it's 2022, ladies and gentlemen, and that means it is time for positive changes, doesn't it? That's right. It's absolutely right. So, you've already seen some of those changes. You've seen I swapped the channel over to a new format of background for the new year. We have new animations. We have 2 new different animations that have been added to the rotation. One that is Skyrim related, and one that's a scene from the Great Gatsby movie of like 8 years ago or 9 years ago. Damn, that movie's 9 years old already. But yeah, we got already new refreshing stuff around here on the streams, but I have a big announcement that I need to make right here today. But I will do that in a moment. First, I'd like to cover some other stuff. Okay? So, by the way, shout out to Mary, who just became a channel supporter. Awesome. Thank you for the support. Let's very briefly go through the schedule so you guys know what to expect in regards to the rest of this week and coming up the week after for content. And then we'll get to the big announcement. Okay? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is a great streaming day. It absolutely will be. Double stream day, of course. First stream is the continuation of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition. So far, I think I'm about 7 hours in. I'm not very far in at all. You know, if you're playing a game like Skyrim, 7 hours is like, man, you barely even started, right? Basically, still in the introductory. I didn't even get to the Greybeards yet to learn about the dragon shouts and all of that. The thing is, the game has so much content that as you're exploring, you basically get lost in all the stuff you discover, and it just, you know, which is fine, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. Getting lost in a game that's immersive and has tons of content is great. But it's like, okay, I'm going to go see the Greybeards. And then 6 hours later, okay, I'm going to go see the Greybeards. Oh, I didn't get there yet. You know? Already we've had major changes to the playthrough and the build. I started off barehanded because I'm a Khajiit named Jasper Kitty. Obviously an homage to my actual cat, Jasper Kitty. And it was neat playing as barehanded for like the first several hours of gameplay. But after doing that, I got some feedback of all things. I got feedback from a viewer and fan in a comment on a video. What? Comment on a video? What are you talking about? I know. This channel has been so defunct when it comes to interactivity between my viewing audience and me that to actually get a piece of feedback from a viewer in a comment on a video is like a rare thing. The comments were disabled for how many years? Like 5 years, right? But finally, the comments are back. people are interacting with the content, and a comment on the video gave me a really good suggestion. They said, Phil, just so you know, in Skyrim, unarmed is a viable build. However, it's basically going to be one of the hardest builds in the game, and likely you will not have fun with it in the long term. Reason being, everything you do in Skyrim earns you experience points, right? You cast a spell, you earn experience. You hit someone with a sword, you gain experience. You block something with a shield, you gain experience. You take a shit, you gain experience. But the one thing you don't gain experience for in Skyrim is unarmed combat. It doesn't consider itself a class. So because of that, I'm killing all these enemies, and I'm literally getting no experience for it at all, and I'm not realizing it. And I guess some people who were watching the early playthrough were like, dude, you're like nerfing yourself because you're not getting the levels you need early game to really get improvements and make yourself viable for the rest of the playthrough. Okay? So all that being said, we reconsidered last stream, and I changed it up to go to a Conjuration build, which I had only messed with Conjuration for the little bit that I played Morrowind. A couple years ago, I had an ongoing Morrowind playthrough, and I was messing around with conjuring swords and stuff, and it was fun, but the Morrowind playthrough never really went anywhere. After playing it for like 2 months on and off, I basically got bored with it. I thought that the game, sadly, was just it's too slow-paced. The story sucked. The combat was really, really outdated. I played other games like Oblivion and Skyrim, which I like way better. And it was really fun to explore Morrowind and understand where the origins of modernized open-world RPGs and Elder Scrolls games came from. But man, I just didn't want to continue with that playthrough, okay? And so, we changed it up and went from barehanded or unarmed to Conjuration. I'm now dual-wielding summon swords and slashing the shit out of everyone, which is pretty funny to slice and dice everything on the screen. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far. Challenging. Definitely challenging. It's not easy taking stuff on, especially when I'm doing a build I never did before. And thank you to everyone for the help so far. Thank you to everyone for your support of the playthrough so far. When I play Skyrim, it's an open world chill experience. We're talking, we're having a good time, we're having conversation. You guys are giving advice on what I should do in the game, and that all adds to the real fun interactivity of the playthrough. Much like when I played Fallout New Vegas over the course of last summer, and I took my time and I played all the DLCs, and it was a really lengthy playthrough with all this interactivity. That's exactly what I'm going for with this Skyrim playthrough, and so far it's felt that way, and I'm really excited to be able to play Skyrim all the way through the month of January until we hit the crazy amount of new releases next month, okay? So, good stuff. I'm looking forward to continuing that today. We arrived at the town outside of the area where you go to see the Greybeards, and I immediately started getting a ton of quests. I was like, oh shit. They started handing me all these quests, and what I found out is some of the quests actually are new content from the anniversary edition of the game that I have. So they're really far away, by the way, the anniversary stuff. Like, I was looking like, damn, they're like way across the map. So I'm not doing any of that stuff like early on. But when we get to it, I'm going to check it out. I definitely want to check out some of the new quest lines and things that they added to this version of the game. So I'm very excited for that. I hope you guys are too. Just giving you some perspective here on this Skyrim playthrough, okay? My original playthrough of Skyrim from 2011, at the time, was my longest playthrough I had ever done ever on the internet, okay? It was about, I want to say it was about 80 hours long. Okay, and that was because I did absolutely everything that I could find that plot-wise in the game. I did every single one of the major guilds and side quest lines and everything. That was before there were DLCs for the game. This Skyrim playthrough is the original game plus all the DLCs plus added Anniversary Edition quests and content. So just to give you some perspective, can you imagine how much I'm going to be doing in this game? I would argue this playthrough will be longer than the Fallout New Vegas playthrough that I just did over the summer. I really feel it's going to. Now, that's okay. This could be a ongoing playthrough that I do all January. We put it on hiatus for new releases in February. It comes back in like March. It could go on hiatus again. It basically could be the ongoing chill playthrough all year long. That will always come back when there's not much else going on in major gaming. And I'm okay. I'm totally okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. I hope you guys are too, but I hope you understand that's how we're going to tackle this. This is going to have to go on hiatus when new releases hit. I can't keep playing Skyrim and not play all the new games, you see. So, pretty exciting. And I hope you guys are excited for this very, very fun upcoming playthrough that I feel like we've barely scratched the surface or really even got a foot into the lake yet. You know what they say? Like, I'm barely into the waters of what we're going to be doing with this playthrough. Okay? Awesome. Now, tonight, the late stream, guys, it has been determined. Monday night's late stream is the final conclusion of Lost Judgment. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. After almost 4 months playing the game, tonight, Lost Judgment concludes. Yes. Yes, yes. Finally. Basically, yesterday we had a really great stream, and we got to, like, the end segment, but the end segment takes between an hour to an hour and a half to finish. I only got about 10 minutes in, and we were out of time. And I was like, all right, this is fine. Tonight on the late stream, we're finishing this thing. We're going to finally see how it all ends. We're going to get our resolution finally after how many months. We're going to see the end. Yes. And for those who don't know, when I was playing it yesterday, I discovered that somehow I had accidentally been playing on easy difficulty. All right? Apparently what happened, from observant people, way more observant than me, is that like 2 or 3 sessions ago, when I was playing Lost Judgment, there was a very difficult sneak mission. And I failed the sneak mission like 4 or 5 times. And apparently when you fail a mission a bunch of times, there's an auto pop-up that just pops up out of nowhere on your screen that says, do you want to make the game easier? And apparently I wasn't even paying attention. I was like talking with people over here on this, and I clicked and put it on easy. I didn't even know. Okay? So here I am. I'm tearing up the combat. I'm destroying everyone with the boxing style. And everyone's like, wow, it seems like the boxing style's so powerful now that Phil unlocked it. Come to find out, I was playing it on easy mode. So yesterday, I finally put it back on normal mode. And I said, you know what? I kind of feel like I cheaped out on the last couple of streams. So I actually went the extra mile, and I put it on hard difficulty. And guess what happened? Nothing. It's still easy. Because guess what? I was absolutely correct. When you play with the boxing style, it's the best play style in the game. It still destroys everything anyway. I was still absolutely dominating everything in the game with no issue, even on hard. In fact, the only thing that challenged me was in the final area. There's several gauntlets of enemies where you have to fight tons of enemies. And in the first time that I went to the first gauntlet, the final enemy is a mini boss with a gun. And so I had like almost full health. He shot me, and it knocked me into the corner. And I had like a little bit of health left. I was like, oh shit, let me get up and heal. And when I pressed the button, my guy dashed back into the enemy, who then literally went point blank, shot again, and insta-killed me. So I had to redo the whole first section again because of one simple like mistake. Which, by the way, was fine because it's actually super fun to finally, for the first time really in the game, being able to utilize all of the fighting styles. You're on the fly. You can swap between the styles and go free-flowing through them and combo with the crane style, big flipping, flaring kicks, and then go to snake style. Counter your move, turn your arm behind you, snap, push him to the ground, flip this guy, oh, tiger style, palm strike, break through your guard, oh, super attack, oh, time to rope-a-dope box. You punch the fuck out of the guy in the face. It's fun. It's really fun to go between all those fighting styles, okay? So, I'm excited tonight to see how it all ends. I'm very excited. I hope it's a great, grand ending after 4 months of build-up. If you have been here for any part of this playthrough, whether you watch some of the live stream, you watched it on demand on YouTube, whatever, if you can make it to the late stream tonight at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, please be there to see the final conclusion of Lost Judgment. Okay? Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Then tomorrow, it's my final consecutive streaming day of the week. And on my final consecutive streaming day of the week, it's going to be the year-end series. Nice and early this year. Instead of having it be massively delayed and held up by a bunch of horse shit, this year, it's nice and fresh. The year just started, so let's hit the year-end series strong. And in fact, I was just saying this yesterday. I really feel everyone who's a content creator and everyone who's in gaming media should literally this week be doing their Game of the Year awards. If you did it in early December, you did it too early. You missed out on stuff. If you do it in February, you're doing it way too late. You gotta do it right now when the iron is hot, when the fire is burning, when the metal is nice and molten, that's when you forge the sword. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's a good time to do those awards, and we're doing them tomorrow. So what's it going to be? It's going to be the most disappointing games of 2021 countdown, followed by the Game of the Year awards. Now, looking at the games that I played in 2021, I can give you guys a little bit of a preview of this, okay? This year, the disappointing games countdown is going to be much shorter than the actual Game of the Year awards. Do you want to know why? Because in 2021, I kind of mixed up my content formula. As you guys know, it's not like it was 10 years ago. I'm not in the land of ad revenue, milk and honey. I don't open up YouTube and there's a horn of plenty that's pouring ad revenue down, showering it onto my face. I'm like, oh, this is great. Oh, I can do whatever I want and unlimited funds to do whatever I want for my business. I just don't have that anymore. I did have that at one point. I did get the shower on my face. Oh, the horn of ad revenue plenty. I don't get that anymore, okay? So because of that, and also because of the fact that I am a full-time streamer, and I have to schedule streams on a set schedule. I don't have unlimited time to play games or whatever. Basically, what I need to do now is I need to choose exactly what games to play. There are so many games coming out on a weekly basis now. Seriously, more games than you could ever imagine. All right? I can't play them all. And it used to be back in the day. Seriously, it used to be back in the day. There was not that many games. In a given week to be like 1 or 2 games. So, okay, I play them all, right? I literally buy every game. I play every game. It doesn't matter if it's a good game, a bad game, a shitty game, a great game. I play them all, and I review them all. And that was my shtick on YouTube. Phil's the guy who gets the new game right away, puts out a playthrough within 2-3 days, reviews the game. Boom, ultimate coverage on DSPGaming. You get the full gamut of what a game is right away, right? But now things are different. Now I'm an interactive full-time streamer. It's more about me having entertaining and interactive streams with you guys on a daily basis than rushing out a playthrough. I now play games at a slower pace to enjoy them better. I also don't do formal reviews of games anymore. And because of this, I need to pick and choose the games that I play. I just don't have unlimited money, and I don't have unlimited time to play every game. So if you haven't noticed, over the course of 2021, all right, I really went out of my way to try to at least play the games that were the better games. Meaning, if there was a week when there was multiple games coming out, like, Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042, or Halo Infinite are all coming out within 2 weeks. I played Halo Infinite. I skipped Call of Duty Vanguard, and I skipped Battlefield. You see, that's a prime example of me not being the kind of content creator I used to be, where I would say, I'm playing every game. Back in the day, I would have bought every one of those. I would have rushed out insane amounts of content of each one, not really playing at any kind of a fun level, but just kind of rushing through to pump out content for the internet and say that I covered it and do reviews and all that shit, okay? But I'm not like that anymore, right? I'm just not. So that being said, I usually don't play a lot of bad games. I'm just to be honest with you. I usually don't play a lot of terrible games anymore. So I'm looking at my listing of games, okay? And I'm like, wow, these are all the games that I played over the course of 2021. Not that many bad ones. Like, most of these actually I enjoy. Now, not all of them can be a Game of the Year contender, but I'm like, actually, the majority of games that I actually played, I enjoyed in 2021, which is very different from how I used to be as a content creator. I'm like, man, well, how am I going to do my most disappointing games countdown? I guess I'm just not going to do a very lengthy list, right? In fact, I don't even think I have enough games to do 10 games. I think it's going to be like 7, 8, maybe 9 games if I stretch, but I really don't have that much. I really don't have that much to talk about. Banta just said, I really enjoy you playing the games that you like. It makes you more engaged and it makes the streams more fun. I agree with you. Rather than me playing games where, oh my god, this game is like me playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit or whatever the fuck that last one was. I can't even remember what it was called. Maybe it wasn't Hot Pursuit. What was it called? Need for Speed like Anal Juice or something. The game is so bad. Like every time I boot it, it's like torture. But people want to see me keep diving in that toilet. And I'm like, man, I really don't want to play this, but since people keep asking for it, I'll keep playing it. But man, it's just not, it's different. It's a different feeling playing a game like that, okay, than playing a game that I'm genuinely enjoying, and every time that I go back to it, it's kind of like a treat. I'm like, oh, I get to play this again? Oh, this is neat, right? Yeah, it's much better to be playing a game you're enjoying than playing a game you're not enjoying. You see what I'm saying? So, let's see what happens in regards to, you know, the Game of the Year awards tomorrow. I think it's going to be like, maybe the first segment of disappointing games will be like an hour or less, and then we'll go on a break, and then we'll come back from break, and the Game of the Year awards are actually going to be very lengthy. In fact, just taking a brief look last night, I think my Game of the Year awards may have like 15 games this year. And I haven't done a Game of the Year awards with a ton of good games like that in like 10 years. Seriously, usually it's tough for me to determine the best games of the year. But now this year it looks like it may be different. It may be the opposite. Okay? So, let's see what happens tomorrow for the year-end series. I'm very excited for this. And again, this is one of the things I do every year annually. In the 13 years I've been doing content, I do it every year. Hope you guys will join me for my year-end series tomorrow. And of course, support them as well if you can. It does make me a little nervous when I do something different outside the box. Like, will people come and support the stream because it's not gameplay? I guess we'll see. Okay? All right. Then, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, it's Halo Infinite multiplayer. Okay? And then I'm off from streaming on Wednesday. And I return on Thursday for a full week of streaming. Now, here's what I have planned for the coming week. The daytime streams will be the continuation of the playthroughs that I've been focusing on recently, like Grand Theft Auto 3, Skyrim, Resident Evil 4. The night streams will be a very interesting combination because we're going to be doing things such as a Game Pass special stream where we go on Microsoft Game Pass, or Xbox Game Pass, I should say, on my Xbox Series X for the first time since the summer. And we're going to see what new games have actually been added to this thing over the course of the last three or so months, and pick and choose some games for you guys to have me try out. Okay? And that's going to be very fun. It is. It's going to be very fun to go through that and maybe pick 1 or 2 games to play over the course of January, or at least try. And that's the thing with Game Pass. There's no commitment. I don't have to play the games that I try there full. I can just do one stream, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, never play it again. Right? There's literally no pressure, which is good. I'm also planning on doing, an ongoing stream where once a week moving forward, I will do a late night stream of Lost Judgment where we do post-game content because the game has so much side content in it that there was no way that I was going to be able to do it all, but be able to beat the game so I could do my year-end awards. So I'd like to go back and do some of the cases and investigations I missed, continue to do those squirrel mini puzzles and stuff throughout the cities. I think that having a once-a-week late-night chill stream of Lost Judgment over January would be a fun thing to do. All right? And more stuff, too. Like, I'm actually planning on doing Condemned Criminal Origins as well. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up in the month of January, and I hope you guys are excited for it. Keep in mind, there is new content coming up. There's Pokemon Legends Arceus coming out at the end of the month, and maybe some more stuff. But what I need to do is have a chance to sit down and go through the game release schedule, which I'm planning to do on one of the PreStream podcasts next week. I'm going to take some time to actually look at all the game releases and say, okay, here they all are. Here's when they're coming out. Now I can go over that on a podcast and let you know exactly when I'm doing what. Okay? All right. So that is that is what's going on with my channel this week. All right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, a couple quick things before we get to the announcement, the big announcement that I have on the pre-stream today. First of all, if you like the content I'm doing, please like it. Whether you're watching this live stream right now on YouTube, oh, this is a good stream. Cool, I like it. Whether you're watching this as an on-demand video on YouTube, oh, this is really good. I'm enjoying the podcast. Please give it a like. If you're watching it on demand, also consider giving it a comment because that's considered engagement. That all helps the channel. We found in the last week, people liking the streams and videos have put them into YouTube search algorithm and helped this channel tremendously. I need to get this as a regular practice on every stream that people come to the stream and say, oh, I like Phil's content. I like it. Click like. Okay, good. Right? This helps a lot. Seriously. If we could get every day, if we can get 100 likes before I even start with the game, that means when I start the game, immediately that game is going to have visibility on YouTube. You see? So thank you in advance for all of that. Also, please consider becoming a channel member. What's the reward if we hit the members goal for the month? I don't know. Because I've been talking with you guys about what you want, and it seems like there's no consensus right now. Some people certainly had some good ideas. For example, a Game Pass marathon, where we do a stream where I look at Game Pass, I pick maybe 5, 6 games, and then I do a marathon day where the entire day I just play the games off Game Pass and see what's good. We've done that before. We could do that again, or other ideas, okay? So I'm just tossing that out there. Please let me know exactly what it is that you would like to see as a members goal reward if we hit 350 members this month. Obviously, it's a no-brainer. You get so many benefits for becoming a member. Please do so, all right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the announcement, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting a haircut. I'm going to make a big mohawk with spikes sticking out. I'm going to actually color each spike a different color. So I'm going to start with like neon green on the front, and then like maybe a highlighter pink, and then, you know, yellow or blue in the back. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay. Obviously, that's not the announcement. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Over the years that I've been a content creator, 13 plus years, it's been over 13 years now, okay, that I've been making content consistently for the internet in various different places, starting on YouTube, going to Blip, coming back to YouTube, then going to Twitch, then coming to YouTube, then going to Twitch, and now back on YouTube. No exaggeration, that's actually my history, okay? I've been through ups and downs. I've been through many things over the years, and, you know, what I've seen is, you know, just firsthand, sitting here making content for you guys, that the climate of the world has changed many different times. Seriously, like the culture in general has changed many different times. In just over the decade that I've done this, you know, think about how things were over a decade ago on YouTube. The stuff that people put out and people thought was acceptable, and how things and opinions have changed over time. And, you know, now you look at stuff from a decade ago, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that stuff existed. Wow. Woo. Because by today's standards, you're like, fuck me. This is terrible. This is terrible garbage content. I can't believe people would be so offensive and messed up. And other people are like, nah, it's just a joke. You know, there's different opinions on how to take stuff. But man, definitely over the years, things have absolutely positively changed. I've definitely had ups and downs. I've had times when I was seen as a paragon of gaming content on YouTube. Phil is funny, Phil's original, Phil is the ultimate underdog because he doesn't have any sponsorships or backing from anyone. No one's promoting Phil. He's the guy, the one-man army who pumps out a ridiculous amount of entertaining content, and we support him. And then at the same time, within a couple of years, Phil's the worst example of a content creator on YouTube. He's a piece of shit. He's an awful person. All he does is insult insult game developers, not content creators. Slam games. His shtick is old. He's just a relic. He's an asshole. He's toxic. He's a bad person overall. He deserves no success, and he should die in a fire. It's funny how things change over time when you're doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, there's been such different takes and opinions on stuff on the internet in the last 13 years, okay? And I'm not one to say that I am not at fault here. I am. At one point in my content creation career, I was very obstinate, stubborn. I didn't want to listen to any constructive criticism or feedback. I felt I'm doing something that's popular on the internet. I'm making a living doing it. So obviously I know what I'm doing and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. My shit doesn't stink. My shit smells like delicious roses. Delicious? Who eats roses? My shit smells like nice roses. Pristine. Oh, it's aromatic. It's great. Your shit, now that's the stinky shit. You see? But my stuff's good. So how dare you? How dare you criticize me? That's how I used to be a long time ago. I was an idiot. I can openly tell you today, that's one of the dumbest mindsets you could possibly have on the internet. You have to be open. You always have to be jumping on trends. You always have to listen to constructive feedback and make positive changes for what your audience wants. Because one thing that's popular today may not be popular tomorrow. And one thing that is popular tomorrow, forget you canceled. You know, there's so much stuff going on right now that's so different. You know, when I started this, it was like make a video, say ridiculous shit over the top. I didn't care about what I said or did. I don't care if it was offensive to anyone. I was just a jokester. I used to call myself an equal opportunity jokester and or hater, meaning I would hate on everyone. I would hate on every racial group, every gender, every culture, including my own. I would hate on Italians. I mean, go watch the fucking Assassin's Creed 2 playthrough. Oh my God. I made Italians look like the dumbest people on planet Earth, right? But that's what I mean. Like, I did it for everyone. And back then, you're talking 10, 11 years ago, no one cared. Everyone thought it was funny. But today, oh God, you say one thing about anyone, it's like, Jesus, you might as well shove the pitchfork up your ass. So, you know, over the years, a lot of things have definitely changed, okay? And as you guys have seen, my content has changed over the years in a major, major way. Now, you come to a live stream of mine in 2021 and compare this to the content I put out, I don't know, in 2011. And you're going to see some differences, although there's some similarities as well. I would say, here's the similarities. I'm still playing games live. I'm still giving you live gameplay experiences and reactive commentary to what I'm seeing in the games. All right? I'm not afraid to criticize a game on the fly. I'm not afraid to complain if a part of the game is really pissing me off. All right? I don't pull any punches. Because of that, the gaming industry doesn't like me. I'm going to give you guys a little secret. The gaming industry does not like people like me. The gaming industry likes ass kissers. They want someone who's going to literally sit there and accept a paycheck behind the scenes to kiss a game's butt. That's why content creators get games early, so they could do these specialty streams where they can't even criticize the game when they play it. It's free paid promotion for them, you see? So in their eyes, they want butt kissers. They want people who just say every game is good. I'm not like that. As you guys know, I'm the complete antithesis of that. I hate people like that, and I would never be like that, okay? I consider myself the same as all of you guys. So when I'm playing a game, I want to be transparent with all of you because I spent money on the game just like you do, right? I'm no better than any of you. That's always been my mentality. Is I'm the guy who goes and has to line up outside the game store at midnight to get the game at release date to play it on stream the next day. Or, in the case of today, I'm the one who has to buy the game digitally, preload it on my console before I play it. I'm not getting shit for free. I'm not getting special treatment where I get to play shit early. It's just not me, okay? Understand? Okay, so that's definitely the same when it comes to my content from back in the day and my content from today. But man, the rest of my content from today has changed a lot. Now, instead of the focus being on me doing constant commentary to fill all the dead air, because I'm an interactive streamer, now the focus is on having a great social experience with you guys. Whether that means we have fun conversations, whether that means I'm reacting to things you're asking me, or even you're doing some commentary about the game or giving me advice on the game and I react to that and I integrate that into my playthrough, whatever it may be. Because we're now having a live interactive social stream, there is no more pressure on me to constantly be blabbing and filling the dead air with bullshit. Because that's what it was back in the day. It was like, man, I'm offline, I'm not live streaming, right? Or I was live streaming, but I was completely ignoring my stream audience. So it was all on me. All eyes on me, all the cameras on me, everything on me. Phil's got to entertain us. I'm the one. Because the game will entertain you at some parts, but it ain't going to be the entirety of the content. I've got to do whatever. So I would say sexual jokes constantly. Racist jokes constantly. You know, scat humor, which I still do to this day. I'm never going to give up the scat humor. All right? Sorry. That stays. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I had to constantly fill the air with over-the-top commentary. And there were times when people would very validly criticize me. And they would say, Phil, what are you doing? Do you understand how immature your content is? Do you understand how bad this level of content is? There's no intelligence to it. It's literally like the dumbest level of content because all you're doing is stupid over-the-top jokes constantly. And yes, one or two in a gameplay session is fine. But when you've done 27 within 2 hours, it's like, Jesus, dude. Like, I'm tired of it. It's the same one-trick pony over and over. And I really feel that that's kind of where people started to turn against me, was around maybe like 2012, 2013, when literally everything I did was exactly the same, right? It was all the same shit over and over and over. And people were like, this is so bad. Phil has not evolved with the times. He doesn't understand that the future is live streaming, interacting with the community, and having social experiences that are meaningful. People want to come to your stream to enjoy the game and have a good time with you. They don't want to hear you constantly be saying this stupid, dumb, immature shit, right? It was so played out. So, eventually I changed, and look at my content today, how different it is. Not to say that I don't always make, some of my reactions. Oh my God, watch the Resident Evil stream from last night. I'm getting my ass handed to me by these fucking demon dogs in the hedge maze. And I'm getting to the end and I die again at the last second. It's fucking hilarious. I loved it. Even though it's very stressful to me to try to get through it, I'll put up with the stress in order to entertain you guys, all right? And I did. I persevered through it. It was a great stream. I feel a stream like last night. Last night's Resident Evil 4 stream is way more genuine and entertaining than a stream where I'm sitting there and there's nothing really going on. And so I'm going to go ahead and say, oh, this stupid sexualized joke. Ada Wong was on the stream last night. Old school Phil would have made 700 stupid sexualized comments about Ada Wong. And that would have been the stream, right? Last night, I made 0 sexualized comments about Ada Wong. Instead, I just played the game and had fun with it and raged at some of the stuff and had fun interaction with you guys. And I actually feel that kind of content now is way more meaningful than anything that I ever used to put out. You know what I'm saying? I really do feel that kind of content is much better, and I hope that you guys feel the same way. I would think that that's the reason why in the last, year, especially since I became a full-time content creator here on YouTube, that I started to see a major resurgence in people having a positive opinion towards me and my content, because you now realize that it's about the games and it's about us having a good time and my honest reactions to the games, and it's not about Phil doing the shitty over-the-top stuff constantly, okay? So that's one of the major ways that I've changed over the years, okay? And the thing is, as you guys know, in 2022, I told you guys, what's one of my major goals? Well, one thing is I'd like people to feel that this channel is a social experience. You come to DSPGaming on YouTube, and you can chill and enjoy games, have a fun interactive stream with me, watch the stuff on demand, leave a few likes, leave a few comments, talk with people in the comments of the videos, and have a positive experience again, which is very different. Many years, DSPGaming was just an archive channel, just a bunch of videos there with nothing on them, watch them, leave, done, right? I want this to be a go-to place on the internet to be doing fun gameplay content again, and people feeling that positive social experience and interaction again, okay? So, that's my goal, and along with that goal, as I've told you, I have certain milestones and things that I'm planning. One thing I absolutely would like this year is that by the first week of April, my birthday, to hit 200,000 subscribers on DSPGaming. If I could hit 200,000 subs on this channel, that would be a big important milestone for me, because this channel sat stagnant for many years because I ignored it while I focused on my Twitch endeavors and my Twitch business. Twitch is gone now, okay? So now we're here to focus on the future of YouTube. And I want to build this channel back up to something prominent. So 200,000 subs in 3 months, especially with the ridiculous amount of great games coming out next month, I don't feel is too hard of a stretch. In fact, every month we're gaining around roughly 500 subscribers on the channel. If we just maintain the same level we have right now, okay, likely I will hit maybe around 197.5 subscribers by April. But I'm hoping there's going to be a big boost in February, okay? Now, why am I telling you all this? Well, I'm telling you all this because I have an announcement to make today. Something that's actually been in the works for quite a while, and I have not really mentioned it at all. Something that's been in the works that I haven't really mentioned at all, that I feel is something that has been a long time coming and absolutely positively had to happen at some point when the time was right. And I was actually waiting for when I felt the time was right. And to be honest, for a while, I did think that this was something that had to happen, but I was like, I don't think it's going to have any impact. I don't think this is the right time. We have to wait for it to be a time when it makes perfect sense. I actually feel now is the time, all right? So, what is it? What is this change? What is this big announcement I'm about to make today, okay? Everyone is saying the most ridiculous things in the chat. It's absolutely hilarious. Jasper is getting married. Phil is having a kid. Phil's going to jail. Those are police sirens coming to get him. Phil's opening a cameo. This is just great. Phil's opening a cameo. Power trip. I'm going on a power trip. I'm getting hair plugs. I'm having a sex change. This is very interesting stuff right now. I'm getting a green screen. I'm getting a new PC. I'm selling my farts in a jar. That's actually not a bad idea. The buzz cut is returning. Phil's going to OnlyFans. Cat's going to start streaming again. Look at all this. Okay. Phil's collabing with Review Tech USA. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I'll actually get to what it really is because I'm building a lot of suspense here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, in line with what we're talking about here, of change over the years, improvement over the years, and me becoming a better content creator, and in a lot of ways, I feel a better person. I feel that in the last 13 years of my life, I've actually grown more as a person than I did any time before then. But 27 years of my life before I ever did YouTube was like the intro. Seriously. And now these last 13 years, all these things that have gone on with me, and I've changed, I've seen things happen, I've had these experiences, some positive, some negative, that have changed me as a person. And I really feel that today, I'm a different person than I was back then. I don't want to do that immature, shitty content that I used to do for the internet, because I'm not like that anymore. I'm a completely different kind of person and content creator. And I absolutely love being who I am today. I've told you guys, every day that I'm alive today, I really feel is the best day of my life. I've got a great home life with Kat, and of course Jasper, my family. I've got a great life on stream with you guys every day. My job is amazing. I love all this, okay? And so, when you move forward positively, all right, even though it could be kind of sad, you do have to give up things from your past. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I am retiring the moniker. I almost got you. I am retiring the moniker of the King of Hate. Yes. I am retiring the moniker of the King of Hate. For those of you who don't even know what that means, okay, allow me to give you some background, all right? Way, way back in the day, all right, before I ever was a content creator for the internet of any kind, before I ever made a single video for YouTube, I used to be part of the competitive Street Fighter community. I was an asshole. I was a troll like crazy. Like when I was in my 20s, I was such a dickhead. All right? I was a complete ass. All right? I was. I will tell you that today. I did so much bullshit trolling online to people. I really look back today and I'm like, man, I was a complete scumbag. And of course, I wish I could go back and change the things I did, but I can't. What happened back then, right? And so, when I would announce I was going to attend a Street Fighter tournament or whatever back in the day, people would literally crap all over me. Oh, that guy's a scrub. Oh, that guy sucks. That guy's terrible. That guy won't. Don't worry about that guy talking shit on the internet. He ain't going to do nothing in the tournament. He's going to job. He's not going to place at all. He's going to lose to everyone. And I'll be honest with you, all right? For a while, that was true. I was one of the biggest shit talkers in the Street Fighter community. And I would go to tournaments and I would lose. And that's embarrassing. You talk big, you're supposed to back it up. But eventually, that did change. After years of dedicating myself to going to tournaments and playing. By the way, there was no online play back then. It was all playing stuff in person. Okay? Traveling, paying tons of money to do all this. To play Street Fighter in person at tournaments. I actually got good enough that I started winning tournaments. And the King of Hate moniker originated not because I was a hateful person and I was a dick and I'm the king of that. It was because so many people hated on me, saying that I wasn't good enough, I wasn't ever going to be a tournament level player, I was just a scrub, a kid on the internet, a nobody, an asshole, a piece of garbage. To some extent, a lot of that was true because I was an asshole, for sure. But I would use that hatred thrown against me to motivate myself to continue to play and get better at the games until I could actually become a tournament winner. And I did. it took a while. I started my tournament career in Street Fighter, I'd say like late 1999, and it took all the way up to like 2005 for me to actually start consistently winning and placing in tournaments. But Evo, 4th place, which is huge, okay? And then all the tournaments that I entered after that, I was making top 3. I was winning local tournaments. The years after that, winning Evo East twice in a row, actually going to all the qualifiers for Evo all around the country and making top 3 in every qualifier, in some case winning some other qualifiers. At one year, I had so many tournament qualification spots for Evo, they had to give up 5 of them. I had earned like 7 spots to the finals. So there's like 7 Dark Side Phils in the final bracket. We have to eliminate some of these and give other people his spots because he qualified too many times. Okay? So, that being said, I owned the moniker the King of Hate. It was Phil gets hated on so much, but he uses that hatred against him to motivate him to do well and actually perform and win in tournaments. That was my shtick for many, many years, okay? Now, when I began on YouTube, okay, as a content creator, which wasn't called back then, it was just called a YouTuber or whatever, okay, I carried over that persona from the Street Fighter community to my content creation on YouTube, all right? And over the years, you had saw merch that said The King of Hate, right? A website, thekingofhate.com, series that are based on me being the King of Hate, right? Hell, Ask the King, my Q&A show. Ask the King of what? The King of Hate, right? Feasting with the King of what? The King of Hate. You see, this is always a thing, an ongoing thing. The King of Hate was ingrained into all of my content. All right, it was. It just was. It was a part of me because it was a title that I had used over the years, and it was catchy. And at the beginning, the early days that I was doing all this content creation stuff, it was something that had, oh, wow, that sounds catchy. It's interesting. You know, people liked it. All right, right. The King of Hate Vlogs, my vlogging channel is called the King of Hate Vlogs, right? Right. There you go. Now, after all of these years of doing this, all right, I noticed something, and my viewers noticed stuff. They noticed that over the years, 2 things happened. First of all, I stopped being so angry. Like when I started as a content creator, I was a very angry guy. I would constantly be swearing, constantly be insulting game developers, constantly saying sexualized jokes, constantly insulting racial humor, all this stuff. Everyone knows that, right? That's why I was just making the point I was making is that that's changed over the years. I don't really do that stuff anymore. I've become more of a social interactive streamer, more positive guy over the years than I ever was negative, right? I kind of got rid of all of that baggage, that baggage I had on me that made me feel like terrible all the time. I kind of got rid of it. I'm a happier guy now than I ever was before. That's definitely the truth. But in addition to that, all right, what we saw was a direct change, right? A direct change in the way that people react to things on the internet. And I always explained my King of Hate moniker as, no, I'm not a hateful person. I'm not a racist. I'm not a sexist. I'm not a bigot of any kind. What I am is someone who owns the hate against him and uses that hatred to motivate him to do better in everything in life. In Street Fighter, that was one thing. Now that I'm a content creator on the internet, it's the same thing. People hate on me constantly, say I'm not good enough, I'm a crappy person, whatever. You say whatever you want, I'll use that to motivate myself to do better, and I'll stick around and keep doing good stuff. And that's kept me going. Honestly, it really has been a major thing. That's how I am. I'm a stick it to him kind of a guy. When someone says shit like that to me, I say, I'll prove you wrong, okay? But what I've definitely seen over these years, okay? What I would definitely see over the years, people want to believe whatever they want to believe. They do. People literally will get into this, what do they call it? An echo chamber, where you just get with a like group of people and you repeat what you want to believe over and over until you believe it. You don't have proof or factual basis for it, but you have an echo chamber of everyone saying the same shit. You'll believe it. There's people out there right now that are crazy enough to actually think that the COVID vaccine will do horrible things to you. It will fuck your body up. You'll grow a 3rd arm out of your ass. You'll fucking, you'll be impotent for the rest of your life. There's zero facts or science based on this, but these people sit in an echo chamber of conspiracy theorist morons, and they repeat that shit ad nauseum till they fucking believe it because they're assholes. They're dumb. People who are like that are the lowest form of intelligence. They are sheep who are meant to be led because they're so dumb they don't want to have an active thought in their fucking head that's smart. Okay? Now, in regards to me, in regards to my moniker of the King of Hate, you guys know, why did the camera just change colors? Oh my God, I look so pink right now. Anyway, you guys know what it means. I've explained it a million times over the years. There's only about 100, 200 times I've explained what the King of Hate means over the years. Okay? But none of that matters. Seriously, none of it matters. Because to a group of people on the internet who don't like me, this is the guy who calls himself the King of Hate. Can you believe this guy is successful and this guy has a business that works and all this? Because can you believe all the nasty stuff that he's done over the years? And here's examples of him being a sexist and a bigot and a racist. And then they'll see what I mean. Now, you guys know what the King of Hate means, but they twist it for their own purposes. Okay? They will say, oh, it means a horrible thing. Okay? And then they'll cite examples out of context. Things that I did 10 years ago or more that I don't do anymore in my content. And they'll say, you see, this is who Phil is. He's a terrible, hateful, awful person. How could he be successful? Now, you may have learned that in 2021, okay, I was blatantly, outright mistreated by multiple companies. We're not talking idiots on the internet believing conspiracy theories. We're talking major corporations and companies that I need to do business with on a daily basis to make a living. They treated me like shit and then refused to explain why. Okay? So, I did some research. I worked my ass off last year to figure out what was going on. And thanks to the help of quite a few people, thank you to those who did help me with this over the course of the year. A couple behind-the-scenes contacts, all right, that I have now in the industry. I found out what actually happened. And I can actually talk about it today for the first time. I can't outright give you details because I don't want people to get in trouble who were involved in this, okay? In 2021, my haters realized they had tried every possible fucking thing they could to stop me on the internet from being successful and were unsuccessful. So rather than actually base their hatred on things that I did, they decided to fabricate a straw man argument against me that was not true. What they did, they actually took the King of Hate moniker that I had used over the years, and they actually compiled a brand around it that I'm a hateful guy, I'm a bigot, I'm a sexist, I'm a racist, and they compiled all this data, and they actually started sending it to all the companies who I was associated with behind the scenes, including Twitch, Streamlabs, Teespring, and actually quite a few more. All right? I was shown evidence of this. And I was like, what? Seriously? This is what happened? Because again, all last year I was scratching my head. Why would I be kicked out of the Twitch partner program? Why would Teespring just close my fucking merch account out of nowhere? That was really the kicker for me, was the Teespring one. Because that one, I had been working with Teespring for so many years. I had all this merch on there that was never an issue. And all of a sudden, overnight, they decide your account is a violation or something, so we're just closing your account. And then they wouldn't even talk to me about it. Okay? So, yeah. So here's what actually happened. These people would take a montage of some of the things that I said like over 10 years ago, right? Things that I don't say anymore. You know, racist kind, or I don't want to say racist, but racial jokes and things that I had said. Yes, including the infamous Nazi jokes from 2010. Keep in mind, it's 2022, and people are still referencing that one fucking video that I did with Nazi jokes in it. Okay? This many years fucking later. So they took that video and a few other videos, the King of Hate moniker, as well as then saying, well, you see, Phil will claim that he's changed, but then why does he still use the King of Hate moniker? Take a look at his YouTube channel. Take a look at the description of the channel. It references the King of Hate a bunch of places. He still has a website, thekingofhate.com. All of this still exists. So obviously, even though he claims he's changed, he's the same person. So here we are 10 to 12 years later. All right? And these people actually spammed the shit out of these companies with this stuff to the point where the companies were like, well, if we're getting multiple complaints about Phil as a result of, this stuff that he did in the past, we should just drop him. Now, here's the thing. Take a look at Twitch. All right? Did I actually do anything to violate Twitch's rules? No. Not at all. You want to know what happened? I was removed from Twitch's partner program because of the fucking shit that I did 10 years ago. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's what happened. It had nothing to do with anything that I did on Twitch, because if it did, I would have been banned from Twitch. But I wasn't. I was removed from the Twitch partner program because they didn't want to put monetization on someone who 10 years ago said ridiculous things. I'm not kidding. This is why I was kicked out of the partner program. I have evidence of it now. Okay? And I was like, now how is that fair? How is that fucking fair? I changed. I'm not that person anymore. All right? How can you hold me accountable for things that 10 years ago actually were acceptable? Right? It was. 10 years ago, that kind of jokes and content was acceptable. People didn't freak out about it. I wasn't canceled when I did that kind of comedy and stuff back in the day. Okay? So how can I be canceled now? It doesn't even make sense. And the thing is, I've told you guys so many times over the years, I'm so sorry for what I did back then. I know now how insensitive it was. It probably hurt people. I tell you all the time, back then I used to always constantly say and do dumb shit. I would hate on a game. I would hate on a game developer. I would make racial jokes. I would make sexual jokes. I would do stuff that today I look back at, and I am genuinely fucking embarrassed at myself that this is the kind of shit that I put out to be popular back then. Because that's what got views back then. You had to be the over-the-top crazy guy. There was no interactivity with the stream audience. It was do the most shock factor content you can and get a laugh out of it. And that's what will keep people watching your content. Okay? All right? Now, this is very different. Today, things have changed. I'm not like that anymore. I don't want to be like that anymore. I've grown. I've wizened. I'm an older, smarter guy. And I realize that shit is dumb as shit. Okay? Yes, Carlito's back, baby. I've apologized multiple times in video streams over the years for that behavior that I did back then. Multiple times I've apologized. The thing is, I'm one of the most prolific content creators on the internet. So for every time that I apologize, there's people who will go back 10 years ago and take 20 videos of the shit that I said and say, well, here's Phil. You see, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I apologize today, because people can still say and act like the stuff that I did 10 years ago was today. They can still act like that, So this is actually what happened in 2021. People made this straw man argument about who I was. That's not who I am. I'm not the king of hate. I'm not the guy who goes around saying racist shit, bigoted shit. I'm the opposite. I'm one of the most accepting guys. I tell you guys, I am so open and accepting to people from all over the world, of any kind of culture, any kind of gender. I don't care if you're transgender or heterosexual, homosexual, male, female, anywhere in between. I don't give a fuck. Everyone has a right to be happy on this planet. Seriously, everyone has a right to be themselves, to feel like they are at home in their own bodies, right? That they are who they're supposed to be. And they don't have to worry about the color of the skin, the gender of who they are, or what body parts they fucking have. Who gives a fuck? That's not you. What's you is who you are inside, or what the decisions you make up here and how you feel in here. That's the real you. And everyone has a right to be happy. Everyone. Okay? And that's been my mantra over the years and years and years. How can you say that I'm a hateful fucking person? Right? Like, give me evidence. Oh, here's shit that Phil did 10 years ago. But that's not what I do today. And by the way, those were jokes. It doesn't matter. Here he is. He's the king of hate. See what I mean? And this is exactly what they would do. So, over the years, Twitch having me on there, finally in 2021, they got bombarded with these people presenting them with this straw man argument about me. That's completely false. All right? And Twitch eventually, I guess, broke down and said, oh, after all these years, we're finally going to basically kick him out of the partner program. We're not going to ban him because he didn't do anything wrong on our site, right? When Twitch told me that I was actually kicked out of the partner program for, hateful slurs or speech, they were actually talking about the shit from 2010. I'm not kidding. They saw that stuff from 2010 and kicked me out of the partner program for that, even though I'd been in the partner program for over 5, 6, 7 years. I started in Twitch in the partner program in 2013. They kicked me out in 2021. It took them that long. I'm serious. And then they kicked me out for shit that I did in 2010. How can you fucking tell me that's fair? It's not. That is one of the worst ways you can run a company, is to blame someone for something they did over a decade ago and act like it's something they did today. If you took a representation of the content I was putting out on Twitch for 5+ years, nothing like that at all. But they're taking this, you know, from 10 years ago and acting like that's me today. Okay? So, that happened. Then, if you guys remember, earlier in the year, Streamlabs just stopped taking tips. I was like, what is going on? Why is Streamlabs shut off my tips page? And when I asked them, they never responded. Teespring, all of a sudden, during the busy holiday season when most people would actually buy merch, you know, the months of October, November, December, the end of the year, usually I would actually make a good amount of money on Teespring. Those last 3 months of the year, as people bought presents and things, they shut my account down. Why? Same thing. This person basically all year kept doing this. This person kept doing this shit to me with all these businesses. They saw it work with one. They said, I'll do it with the next. I'll do it with the next. Yeah. So it's pretty fucked up that this happened to me. But what can I do? Right? Nothing. There's nothing I can do about it. Everyone knows the kind of person I used to be and knows that I've changed, and that's not me anymore. Okay? So I'm happy to know that in the current day, I've built up an audience that knows who I am as a person and a content creator today, likes my content today, doesn't dwell on what I did 10, 15 years ago. All right? Like I said, I'm embarrassed for the shit I did in the Street Fighter community back in the day. I'm embarrassed for the content I used to put out those first few years until I changed. But you can't change what you did in the past. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is learn from it and become a better person in the future. I hope that the stuff that I put out with you guys today is an example of how to make content in 2022, and to show you that I don't want to be that person that I was back in the day. Okay? I hope you understand that. Okay? Now, because all this going on, I'm like, you know, the thing is, do I even use the King of Hate moniker? No. When do I even reference it or talk about it? Like, never. The only time it ever comes up is when we're doing one of these legacy references, like, oh, the King of Hate Vlogs channel, or Phil's website, thekingofhate.com, and shit like that, right? So, basically, I've been in the works of changing stuff around. And here's the thing. In a case like the King of Hate Vlogs channel, there's absolutely no way I'm ever going to get that channel changed or differentiated. That channel's been running for like a decade, just like DSPGaming has, okay? It's there. It has all these videos on it. By the way, there's no hateful content on the King of Hate Vlogs at all. There isn't, okay? It's just me doing vlogging shit. I'm actually on the fence about continuing using that channel or not. I'm actually debating whether I should just upload those videos here to DSPGaming instead and just make this like a one-stop shop place on the internet for my content. Because let's face it, now when I make vlogging content, that's usually a day when I'm not streaming games. So it's not like, oh, because I'm going to upload the vlogs here, that's now going to screw everything up because now that there's too many videos on DSPGaming. No, it would just be a day when I'm doing vlogging, okay? The vlogs are here instead of gameplay, so it's not like I'm bombarding your inboxes with a million videos or anything like that, right? Okay? So, that's what I'm debating. I'm debating if in 2022, should I actually do a retirement of the King of Hate Vlogs channel? It'll still be there. I'm not going to shut it down. It'll still be there, but it will be an archive of my past. And then moving forward, everything will be here on DSPGaming. Now, the thing is, you need backups. I don't want to shut down the King of Hate Vlogs, just like KO Gaming. I still have access to it. I can still use it if I want to. I like having backup channels. In case anything ever goes wrong with DSPGaming, you have another place where you can still make content and broadcast. I need those backups, okay? So I'm not saying, oh, shut it down. What I'm saying is, I want to have kind of a one place where all my content is, and this is me now, okay? You understand? All right. So maybe it'll be DSP archives, or DSP vlog archives, right? It could be. So, the other thing is, Ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely official. I don't know how many of you noticed it because no one mentioned it to me at all. TheKingOfHate.com is no more. Go ahead. Go check it out for yourselves. I'll give you a second. Go check out TheKingOfHate.com right now. Go check out the website. Do it. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Did you check it out? Did you see the difference? That's right. There's no such thing as thekingofhate.com. It doesn't exist. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the soft launch of DSPGaming.com. Yes. 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 DSPGaming.com. Which is exactly the same as the old website, except I changed the domain name. It's literally the same site, all right? It's not like I changed anything. It's just I wanted to disassociate myself from that old school moniker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have that anymore. Because when people are literally making a straw man over here and saying, Phil is this hateful person. He's got a website like that, and here's his content where he did it. It's like, wait a minute. No, I'm not. You're a liar, right? So this is one of the major positive steps that I'm taking to rebrand and or change myself from being the old Phil and being a new positive content creator on the internet. Not to say that anything's going to change. Like, you guys already like the stuff I do. And I feel like I've already changed for the positive, right? I've already changed for the better. It's just that now we have these lingering legacy things around that dickheads are literally using to claim things about me that aren't true anymore. People aren't going to touch me with a 10-foot pole if they think that I'm a hateful guy who does racist and bigoted content on the internet when I don't. But it's kind of hard to prove that when I have a website called thekingofhate.com and I have an email, you know, that says phil@thekingofhate.com, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of have to make changes to move towards that more positive movement. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. And by the way, do I think that overnight this is going to change things? No. Do I think that I'm going to start getting sponsorships and partnerships because Phil is no longer associated with a bigoted attitude? No. Do I care? No, because that's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this because I am tired of people not only saying that I'm something I'm not, but then coming after you guys. I hate this shit. That you guys are fans of me and my content. You like my daily interactive streams. You find them positive and fun, right? And then you get hated on because you like my stuff. How is that fucking fair to you? Oh, you like the shit from that bigot? What are you talking about? Bigot? You even attend a fucking stream that Phil puts out? Have you ever seen him say something racist, sexist, or fucked up on a stream? Oh, I don't know. I don't watch that. All I saw, there's a video where he was talking about Nazis. The video from 2010? Really? Really? Come on. So, there you go. That's the deal, everyone. That's what's going on. And I hope that makes sense to all of you. Look at this. In conjunction with my announcement, the sun is coming out to shine. Praise the sun for celebrating the positive changes here on my content. Praise the sun. It's like a godlike entity has come out to say, good on you, Phil, right? Good on you, Phil. Very nice. And I feel good about this. I really do. I feel good about this. I feel good about moving forward positively, especially 2022. We're off to a really good start. The streams are going very well. The positivity level is at a high. People are watching the streams and the videos. They're liking the streams and the videos. They're leaving comments for the first time in years. People are contributing. People are overall really enjoying the shit I'm putting out. I don't want that to now be derailed by some asshole who's going to lie about who I am as a person, as a content creator, and try to make it like my community is a bunch of toxic cultists who all are brainwashed into thinking that I'm a good guy when in reality I'm a bigot. Like, that is the craziest shit, but I'm not kidding you. That's how I got kicked out of the Twitch partner program. Isn't that insane, right? But that's actually what happened. So I have to, when shit like that happens, I can't just sit around idle. I have to figure out what happened, get to the bottom of it, and I gotta make changes to protect myself, my business, my family, and you guys, my viewers. This ain't fair that we've all been treated like this in the last year. It's just not. And I hate to say it, companies that act like that are unprofessional, and I don't want to deal with them. So, Twitch TV, Teespring, which is now called Spring, Streamlabs, and the like, any company that treated me like dirt in 2021 because you're just ignorantly stupid, goodbye. I'm not coming back. I'm not ever going to try to go back to those places. I got to move to places where people are not stupid. And I hate to say it, you guys are fucking dumb as shit because you actually believed a bunch of bullshit conspiracy theory nonsense on the fucking internet. You're dumb. You are just as bad as someone who thinks that vaccines mutate you into a space alien. You're that stupid. Just because someone sent you a bunch of shit isn't evidence of anything. It's out of context bullshit from a million years ago, and you're a fucking moron for believing it. And the fact that you punished me and you punished my viewers in 2021, you're fucking moronic. Who the fuck would want to deal with those companies, right? Really? Who would want to deal with someone who's that gullible and dumb and ignorant? So that's that, all right? And I'm sorry to anyone who was negatively affected, including me, last year because of this. It sucks that we have negative shit tossed our way that we don't deserve, right? But now I'm moving forward positively. There is no more King of Hate. The King of Hate is in my past. Do not call me that anymore. And of course, you're going to see idiots trolling and everything. I'm not moving on from that, man. You can still call me the king. Call me the king of gaming, the king of retro, the king of whatever you want to call me. The king of rage. Even that's better. The king of rage is better than the king of hate. Because I am not a hateful person. Maybe in my past I was. I am not a hateful person anymore. That's not what the moniker ever meant. Alright? And, it's that simple. Alright? I'm that simple. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Now, like people are saying, well, what about the vlogging channel? Like I said, there's nothing you can do about that. That's been around for over 10 years. You can't just say, oh, finger snap, channel's gone. I'm not going to delete all my videos and shit. But the only thing that I could really do, like I said, is maybe I can make an effort to put all my content here on DSPGaming this year and basically make that an archive channel over there. I'll be honest with all of you, all right? That channel is an archive channel now anyway. Like, no one watches the videos over there. No one. Those videos are basically completely unwatched at this point. I mean, I barely get 1,000 views on videos that I used to get 10,000 views on. It's like 1,000 views now. The channel's defunct. I uploaded to it so infrequently that those videos actually are probably being ignored. And if I upload the videos here, they'll probably get more attention. Just being honest. Okay? So, it's probably what I'm going to do moving forward is likely just, you know, upload everything here to DSP Gaming. And put that as an archive channel. And for those, you know, who really like the King of Hate vlogging channel, it was a great idea in 2010 when I created it to differentiate my content. Remember, I had a 3-pronged approach where it was DSP Gaming for raw gameplay, DSP Street Fighter for fighting game gameplay, and King of Hate vlogs for vlogging. And then again in 2016, I rebranded it where I actually started a different kind of vlogging that didn't last very long. It was a great idea, but at this point, like I said, moving on, trying to change my branding and not be that person anymore, I don't think that I should continue to use the channel. I'm kind of thinking like it's time to retire it, you know? Obviously, let me know what you think, but I think that this is all positive. First of all, there's no more kinghate.com, DSPGaming.com. That's the website now. All the links have been changed. Everything's different now, just so you guys know. There shouldn't be any stuff. Obviously, I can't go back and change the descriptions of videos for fucking 12 years, but anything that's out there that's a link should have changed or redirect to DSPGaming.com now. And that is it for that moniker. I'm done with it. I'm no longer the king of hate. You can call me the king of whatever you want. You know, the king of bad jokes, the king of puns, the king of retro, the king of gaming, the king of rage. But I am not the king of hate. I am letting all that shit go. It's in my past, and I'm moving on from it, man. And I refuse, I mean this, I refuse in the future to let companies judge me by shit that's like 10, 12 years old and does not represent me in the present day. That is ludicrous. You kick me out of the fucking partner program for something I did 11 years ago, and you act like it's something I'm doing today, even though you know I'm not doing it today, which is why you didn't ban me from the site. Like, get the fuck out of here. What an unprofessional company that I don't ever want to deal with ever again. Really. What a bunch of scumbags. In reality, it's what it is. They're scumbags. We don't want to have any liability that anything ever happens, so we just kick you out of the program, even though this is your livelihood, and now you're going out of business. No. You know what? You do your own thing over here with your webcam girls, licking microphones and ears and shit, and your fucking disgusting content that you push, and you only care money, 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 never improving your site, always doing the wrong fucking stuff. You go over here and do your 3-ring clown fucking circus on your site, and I'll come over here to DSP Gaming, and I'll continue to put out meaningful content that I know is worth watching. Okay? You make your money over there, you fucking clowns, and I'll be here doing my positive shit. Okay. Let's do some shout-outs, my friends. We start off today with Mary, who became a channel member. Thank you very much, Mary, for the support. Snow Cooper did a super chat, says, I'm the king of the all-right. Oh, my God. I'm the opposite. As you guys know, I am not right, left. I hate them both. I seriously feel that right now in American politics, both sides are terrible and doing nothing to help the American people. So you were really off base with that one. Here's what's hilarious about this. 4th place Evo, level 1 in life, did a super chat. No one showed up at that Evo, except that it was the record high number of attendees for Evo at the time. And the only people who whined and complained were the Pro Super Turbo players who just missed out and then immediately showed up at the tournament after the tournament ended to play in a hotel room on an arcade cabinet. Yeah, okay, whatever you say, stupid. Isaac did a super chat and says, now that you don't hate on games anymore, will you play Atelier Sophie 2 in February? No, that game's a piece of dog shit. I'm not playing that. Fuck that. Jason Voorhees did a super chat, said play the game. Then Jason Voorhees did a super chat, said, are you going to play the game or what? Colored Pencils did a super chat and said, old DSP would have had a $1,000 goal just to make this announcement on a stream. Well, there you go. I've truly changed for the better. K Styles, 1998, just did a super chat. He says, can we see the return of the funniest video series in 2022? Now, it's funny. K Styles is a very long time running fan, just so you guys know. That's why he's bringing the series up. I haven't done DSP's funniest moments in a very, very long time. All right? Here's what it used to be. On the old kingofhate.com, yes, the website that doesn't exist anymore, on those forums, people used to nominate over the course of the year what they felt were their funniest moments from my content over the year. So as a running thing, there was always a thread there on the forums where people would post, oh, here's a funny moment from a video, here's a funny moment. So at the end of the year, there would literally be hundreds of nominations for the funniest moments of the year. And I would pick the best ones and put it in a poll, and people would vote, and that would be the funniest moments of the year countdown. But over the years, what happened is that website was used less and less. I referenced it less and less. Essentially, as I became more of an interactive content creator and stuff like that, there really wasn't a need to use the forums as much anymore. And as they basically fell into more and more disrepair and disuse, the series just went away. One year I wanted to do it, and I went, and there was like, I'm not kidding, 20 nominations for all year, and none of them were good. They stopped like March. So there was no nominations from March to December. How am I going to do a funniest moments of the year countdown, right? The series was actually called Fan Voted Funniest Moments, you see? So, K Styles, I would absolutely, positively love to bring back the fan-nominated, fan-voted Funniest Moments series. But that's on the viewers to do so. You can now go to DSPGaming.com. That's right. DSPGaming.com. You don't have to cringe and feel embarrassed to go to the website anymore. Create an account. Post up a thread in the general area and say, hey, this is the Funniest Moments nomination thread. I'm going to start nominating moments. And you can start posting up links to videos and go from there. But that's on the viewers and fans to do that. I would love if that happened, and then the end of next year, or the end of this year, excuse me, we could do the series again. I would 100% love that. I would. Okay. Let's see here. Jason Voorhees did another super chat. He said, "Foos row, but no da." Great podcast, by the way. Okay, then. Squirrel did a super chat. Says, "Why are you tolerating colored pencils? I genuinely think that's Snowcrawl coming here and sneak dissing." Very well could be. I don't know. I have no evidence. I'm not going to punish someone because people are accusing them of something. That would be pretty presumptuous and unfair of me, don't you think? I don't know if that's Snowcrawl or not, and colored pencils has not violated the rules. Jason Voorhees did a super chat. He says, "Phil the Love God." There you go. Or the Love Guru. There you go, because that was such a very popular movie, right? That totally wasn't the movie that literally ended Michael Myers' movie career. The Love Guru, right? Wait. All right. Now we move over. Excuse me. Now we move over to tips that we're going to do some shout outs for. If I can get it to work, because it's not working. Hold on. There we go. All right. First tip of the day was from Anso Kamaru, who tipped me $5 and says, "I finished my replay of Atelier Sophie and prep for Sophie 2. I wonder if you'll ever try the Atelier games. They're god tier. I started up Guardians of the Galaxy yesterday. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't often play AAA titles, but this one is an A+. I agree with you on Guardians. With all the research and things that I've seen and heard about the Atelier Sophie series, I don't think that I would like it. Just being honest. Okay? Jim tipped me $10, which so far is the biggest tip of the day. He says, "I'm working alone today at my retail job. Open to close 9 hours. Manager's day off. 2 people have called in sick. I have my own sales goal I have to hit alone with no help. At least I can listen to you in the background as I work." All right, Jim. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that... Oh, shit. I hope that it ends up not being too stressful of a day for you. I've been there. Not that I've worked by myself, but I worked retail many times. I felt the pressure of annoying sales goals that make no fucking sense. So I hope that you do that you have a good one. The Jim tipped again, $4.20. He says, "By the way, to sneak dissers, I'm an assistant manager, and most of us supporters have a job and a life." So there you go. Rob on Wheels is here today. He tipped me $5. Says, "Could I ask you why you continuously pause critical cutscenes to read shoutouts or make points? You never used to do this, and I have to be honest, it's excruciatingly annoying." Because there's no other time to do it. I'm just being honest here, Rob. Like, take a look at... I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Lost Judgment yesterday. Here I am in the end game of Lost Judgment, right? All the end cutscenes and everything. Literally, the cutscenes are going on for like 10, 15 minutes at a time. People are contributing. If I don't shout it out, they're going to get annoyed, right? That I'm not giving people shout-outs for their contributions. They want their shout-outs. They want, you know... this is, sadly, Rob, I've got to agree with you here, actually. I actually 100% agree. It does take you out of the immersion of the game. It takes you out of the story development. This, sadly, is part of the double-edged sword of being an interactive content creator. All right? Sadly, what happens is you have to show that you're grateful for the people who are supporting you, which means sometimes you have to make the tough decisions. Am I going to sit here literally for 15 to 20 minutes and not do any shout-outs for all these contributions that are coming in for the sake of the integrity of the cutscene? Or am I going to say, all right, let's take a quick break from the cutscene and do some shout-outs? I'm doing my best to try to make it manageable, but I hear you. Yesterday, that literally happened like 10 times where we're in the middle of an insane dramatic cutscene that's just going and going and going. Here comes a contribution. Here comes a contribution. What do? At some time, I got to make a judgment call. I'm with you. I agree with you. I hate that it has to happen, but it is one of the pitfalls of being an interactive content creator that's crowdfunded. At some point, I have to drop everything to do shout-outs. So it is what it is, and I agree with you. It's annoying, but I try to do my best. And by the way, it doesn't happen all the time. How often am I playing a game that has a 15-minute cutscene, right? But it is what it is, okay? And I apologize for that. Okay. Chicken Man tipped me $1.50. Says, "YouTube chat system sucks. Seems like whatever browser I use, I have to refresh live streams 3 or 4 times, if not, for the chat to load. Very annoying." I'll agree with you, one of the many shortcomings of YouTube streaming is that the chat is nowhere near as good as what's on Twitch, and I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. This is one of the things that I wish YouTube would improve in 2022. Remember, YouTube made all these promises to us. Oh, moderation will be better. The chat will improve. There'll be gifted memberships. There'll be this and that. All in 2022, it's coming. That's great. When? It's January 3rd. We've seen nothing yet. When are these improvements coming? Because you promised them, but you didn't give us any commitment to when they're actually going to happen, right? Justin R. just tipped me $20. Thank you, Justin. That is a very generous contribution. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. It's the biggest tip of the day. Gets up to $45 a tip so far, and he says the following. Reminder, I found you because of troll videos, and I actually enjoy your content. Stay positive, DSP. You'll continue to prove them all wrong. Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I'm well aware that sometimes negative stuff about me exposes me to a new audience, and I'm very appreciative to those who are intelligent enough to come over here and give me a shot and see who I really am, that I'm not the person they say in those hateful videos. But at the very same time, take a look at the very, very concrete consequences I'm living with as a result of this slanderous campaigns against me, right? Getting kicked out of Twitch Partner Program because of stuff I did 10 years ago, and then, oh, look, here's all the people who hate Phil on the internet because of the stuff that he said and did, and then they reference the tractor videos and shit, and then I get kicked out of the Partner Program. It's like, dude, you know, I gotta make a living. I can't be strawmanned into being kicked out of everything for stuff I'm not even doing, you know? So understand that even though, yes, there's a few people like you, Justin, who maybe you're the exception to the rule, you really are, but thank you for being that exception, okay? Joel has tipped me $3, says, trolls say that your 4th place placement at EVO in Street Fighter doesn't matter because it was a bad port or something. But they always quietly leave out that you would qualify even after that and continue to place. You're right. That was actually the start of me continuously doing well in Street Fighter. Every year, I was either winning or placing at the majors all over the country that I went to. Really. Like every tournament I was going to for Super Turbo, whether it was Arcade Edition, Console Edition, whatever it was, I was placing and winning and consistently doing well all the way through the end of my competitive career, which ended around mid to late 2007. So it started around 2004, 2005, and for like 2-3 years straight, I was one of the top Super Turbo players in the country, no matter where I played or what I played on. But they don't want to talk about any of that because, again, this is their narrative. This is their echo chamber. Phil sucks at Street Fighter. Phil sucks at Street Fighter. They just repeat it in a big group think, yelling and screaming till they believe it. The vaccine makes you grow eyeballs on your dick. And they believe it because they're stupid, because they repeat it ad nauseum until the group just believes it as fact. Jim tipped $1.50, and he says, I'm actually surprised the trolls didn't buy the DSPGaming website domain. At one point, I believe they did actually, many, many years ago, when I had first started using DSPGaming on the internet. They bought up everything. Like, I'm not kidding. Every website had a DSPGaming account. DSPGaming.com at one point was owned by someone because I looked into it and it was purchased and owned by someone. But over the years, I guess what happened is people just, you know, released it and realized that it wasn't going to be worth nothing or not. So we ended up getting it, which is great. Moving on with positivity, tipped me $5, and I got an idea. DSP can stand for the Super Positivity Gaming. Just an idea, but definitely a positive announcement. Not sure who or what motivated the change, but I'm glad that you listened to suggestions. Yeah, and the other thing is that is true. No exaggeration. As early as, like, I'm not even kidding you, 2011, I had people coming to me and saying, Phil, you got to understand something. If you're ever going to make it as a long-term person in a business like this, you can't be associated with a moniker like the King of Hate. And I was, again, back then, I was obstinate, I was stubborn, I was like, nah, I'll do whatever, don't worry, it's gotten me this far, and blah, blah, blah. But then over the years, I think about it more and more, and I see people spinning it to be something it's not, and saying it means shit that it doesn't, and I realized over time, eventually it was going to be time to change, and now is definitely the time, so. An anonymous tipper tipped me $1.50 and says, Phil, the king of BK chicken sandwiches, and tipped me another $1.50 and said, make BK chicken an emote we can use. Funny Moments tipped me $2. And speaking of funny moments, we were trying to create an early funny moment of 2022 when you drove off the bridge in GTA 3 on January 1st. I nominate that for funny moments of 2022. No, I had honestly forgotten that in GTA 3, that bridge sometimes is just not there. And I drove right off of it like an idiot. Okay? All right. So there you go. We got more YouTube side contributions. Apparently people are very into this announcement. K-Styles did another super chat. He says, I've posted a thread for the 2022 funniest moments on the DSPGaming.com website. So there you go. If you guys are interested in doing the funniest moments of 2022, starting right now, you can go to DSPGaming.com. I would presume you need to create an account because probably you didn't previously, because no one was using the site. Okay? And you can start posting up over there your funniest moments of the year in a thread. That's in the general area, I'm assuming. All you need to do is link the video. You link the video, and you can put a timestamp of where the funny moment happens. And what I do is I review those from time to time. And then near the end of the year, I could review them, and we can make, here's the ones that were most nominated, and we can do a poll, voting, all kinds of stuff. Okay? And Sambuca just did a super chat saying, sorry, I'm not overly positive in my earlier comments today. However, the big announcement didn't do much for me. I'll move on positively for now. Okay. There you go. Thank you, Sambuca. All right, well. I'm sorry it didn't do it for you. You know, different strokes for different folks. Some people get very excited over certain things and others just don't. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you guys for a great pre-stream. I know it was a lengthy one. Thank you for your support on the pre-stream. We've already got the Gunner glasses going before we even booted the game. We've got over 100 likes on the stream, which is going to give the stream visibility on YouTube. This is great. I can't see shit because the sun is so bright outside. I need to go close my blinds. But thank you for the great pre-stream. The King of Hate is dead, but long live the king. There you go.